Industry guidance cited in the supplied research warns that more than 64% of traditional jewelry SMBs fail after locking capital into designs that do not sell. Add one purity variation or a rejected corporate order, and a growing workshop can lose both cash and buyer trust overnight. The real problem is not craftsmanship, it is the absence of repeatable manufacturing. When every batch depends on manual judgment, weight, finish, and purity can vary. That makes large B2B supply, international audits, and dependable margins extremely difficult. Emerald Jewel Industry chose a different path. Transform jewelry from an unorganized manual craft into a precise, scalable engineering process. Its journey shows how process discipline, automation, and a strong domestic B2B engine can create the foundation for global growth. K. Srinivasan studied only up to the 10th grade and had no formal training in engineering, metallurgy, or business. At 17, financial necessity took him to a textile hosiery unit, where he earned less than 400 rupees per month and learned assembly line operations, process standardization, and quality control. While working as a jewelry salesman in the early 1980s, Srinivasan saw a fragmented industry with weak purity control and no reliable way to reproduce the same design at scale. In 1984, he founded Emerald with 50,000 rupees to solve that problem through standardized manufacturing. His ambition was not simply to make more jewelry, it was to replace variation with measurable precision. That manufacturing belief shaped Emerald's growth strategy. K. Srinivasan says, "I wanted to bring the precision of institutional machinery into an unorganized craft. If a machine can cast gold with zero variation down to the milligram, you stop selling a mere commodity and start selling flawless trust." The scale story is best understood as a sequence of manufacturing investments, each unlocking the next level of revenue and distribution. In 1984, Emerald began in a windowless 40 square foot rented garage with one helper, 50,000 rupees, and small manual casting jobs. By 1990, basic automated rolling mills and mechanical stamping cutters had helped annual turnover reach 50 lakh rupees. By 2000, advanced Italian vacuum casting and laser sinting technology had taken operating revenue to 220 crore rupees. By 2010, Emerald's expanding B2B network supplied thousands of Indian retail showrooms and revenue crossed 1,800 crore rupees. By FY24, a database of more than 500,000 designs and large corporate B2B contracts had pushed revenue beyond 10,000 crore rupees. The supplied FY26 metric places consolidated operating revenue above 11,000 crore rupees, positioning Emerald among Asia's largest independent jewelry manufacturers. Behind that growth were 5 business decisions that jewelry and precision manufacturing entrepreneurs can apply to their own scale journey. First, how do we escape price wars in a market crowded with low-cost workshops? Emerald moved away from generic collections and built capability in lightweight hollow structures, laser-sintered parts, and intricate interlocking chains. The outcome was product differentiation that standard workshops could not easily reproduce. Second, how do we survive the long cash flow gap before a global buyer approves us? Emerald used its high turnover domestic B2B distribution network to maintain liquidity, while overseas buyers completed sample testing, design changes, and compliance audits. Stable domestic cash flow funded the longer international opportunity. Third, how do we turn strict purity and quality audits into a competitive moat? Emerald redesigned its manufacturing controls around internal X-ray testing, robotic alloy mixing, and repeatable verification. Instead of treating compliance as paperwork, it embedded compliance into production. The strategic value is simple: the stricter the standard, the fewer competitors can meet it consistently. K. Srinivasan believes /compliance is not a hurdle, it is your filter. When you build your factory to clear the strictest quality audits in the world, you build a wall that keeps low-cost rivals from touching your market. A business impact was stronger buyer trust and a higher barrier to entry for lower-tier competitors. Fourth, how do we prevent design intuition from creating dead inventory? Emerald built an internal CADLIT R&D system with more than 500,000 active patterns connected to rapid prototyping and automated casting. Production could respond to actual B2B demand instead of relying only on speculative collections. Fifth, how do we grow internationally without scattering sales capital across too many markets? Emerald focused on a small number of high-value B2B corridors, including Dubai for the GCC and Singapore and Malaysia for Southeast Asia. It adapted carat weights, lightweight structures and designs to the preferences of those markets. Emerald operates as a B2B original design manufacturer. Its portfolio includes lightweight hollow chains, laser-sintered and 3D printed jewelry, CNC machine precision bangles and wedding rings, along with 999.9% pure gold refining and minting services for retail brands and institutional clients. Emerald's global expansion was not built on selling everywhere. It was built on matching manufacturing capability, quality systems, and regional design preferences inside carefully selected B2B corridors. The Emerald blueprint is clear. 1. Standardize the process before chasing volume. 2. Move beyond generic products through technical complexity. 3. Use stable domestic cash flow to fund long global qualification cycles. 4. Turn purity and compliance into buyer trust. 5. Digitize design and production to reduce dead inventory. And 6. Build depth in a few global corridors before expanding further. Think bigger than the workshop. Engineer the process, protect the trust, and build a jewelry business ready for sustainable global scale.